India, and that is regarding Sheikh Hasina. A demand has now come in from the BNP, which till now is the main party which is a part of the interim government, in the sense that it's calling the shots, has made this huge demand that India must hand over Sheikh Hasina or extradite her, and now puts India into a bit of a spot. First of all, not many people right over here in Dhaka are comfortable with the idea of India still giving that kind of a refuge to Sheikh Hasina. They feel that she should be handed over, considering a large number of criminal cases against her. And that is a formal statement which has been made by Fakhrul, the leader of the BNP, who made this point even in his exclusive interview to News 18, that why is it that Sheikh Hasina ran away from the country? She should have stayed back here and faced the criminal cases. On questions of attack on Hindus, all of that, he was quite critical of India and its diplomacy. Now, what is it that he's demanding? He's demanding that India must follow the extradition treaty which exists between India as well as Bangladesh and hand over Sheikh Hasina so that she can be tried in the multiple criminal cases against her. Now, as I just mentioned, India does have an extradition treaty with Bangladesh, as a result of which she can be handed over so that cases can be tried against her. But does India really need to do it? Well, what sources are certainly telling us is that it has to be a dual criminal clause, which means if she is going to be extradited, India can always refuse it on the grounds that that crime should also be culpable or punishable as far as India is concerned. On those grounds, India can always deny. But here is where the diplomatic dilemma for India exists. We already know of the conversation which took place between Prime Minister and Mohammad Yunus, where both of them talked about amicable relations in the future. India and Bangladesh share a history, they share a legacy, they share boundaries as well, and therefore both the countries are equally important to each other politically, diplomatically, as well as economically and strategically as well. Of course, the Prime Minister raised concerns over the security as far as the minorities are concerned, and Mohammad Yunus did give him that guarantee. But at the same time, not everyone over here in the interim government or the BNP are happy with the idea of Sheikh Hasina continuing to carry on staying in India. They are asking this question that if you want to have a good future and a relationship between the two of us, then you need to hand her over. But on the other hand, what is a dilemma for India is that Sheikh Hasina has always been perceived as a fair weather or good friend of India. And this point of time, would India want to hand her over, knowing what her political future could very well be? She is under a security threat. Those are those concerns which are being voiced as far as our Indians are concerned, the Indian regime is concerned. So this is one big political and diplomatic dilemma before the Indian government. Of course, that demand has not yet been made formally by the interim government in Bangladesh. The voice which has been raised by the BNP is largely their own. But should there be elections over here, or should there be a formal appeal which is made by the interim government to the Indian government, at that point of time, India would be caught in a bit of a fix. How to give up on someone who's considered to be their fair weather friend and an all-weather friend, but at the same time, for the sake of future good equations between India and Bangladesh, how long can you keep on saying no to them?